Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Garage Gym Experiment podcast. My name is Adam. I'm here with Jake yet again for another episode. So we're going to start things off with new and interesting products that have been released to the market. We'll take a look at some of those, talk about them. Then we'll get into our survey results from the Sunday survey, looking into Black Friday purchases as the month continues to roll on. And then we'll finish up with another product idea. So we're going to start off with those products. And with that, Jake, take it away. Welcome to the Garage Gym Experiment podcast, where we dive deep into the home gym scene. Each week, we put out Sunday surveys where you tell us your thoughts on products, builds, and all things home gym related. We're here to break down the numbers and to talk shop. So thanks for listening, and let's get started.
All right. Thank you, Adam. All right. Let's start with those new products. Number one, I think these are awesome. The custom RooBoxes. So first of all, these RooBoxes have been around for quite some time, a few years at least. They're produced by AbMat with one of their collaborations. And while they're not the cheapest, they are likely the best plyo boxes in the world. So it's a good mixture of the wood, the solid wood, along with some, I want to say rubberized edges. So add some protection. And now you have the ability to get them customized. So your logo, so you can see Garage Gym Lab logo, Joe Rogan logo. If we wanted to do a Garage Gym Experiment or a Home Gym Con one, that would also be cool. Or let's just say you're a gym owner and you want to get a handful of these. So I think this is a really cool option. It is a limited time, I believe, no extra cost. So might be something that you want to take advantage of. Adam, what would you put on there?
What would I put on there? Probably one of my teams, like a Vikings logo, maybe a Purdue logo. I think that would be cool. Yeah. No extra cost. That's awesome.
I don't know how long that's for, but yeah. Next up, Landmine grip. So this was another AbMat product in collaboration with Jesse, who is Jesse Oliger, I believe is how you pronounce it. He's the creator of the Breath Belt, former NFL player. So this is basically a landmine grip that you can put on the end of your barbell and do landmine movements with it. I really like the idea of it being for the hack squat landmine, where you can hold onto it a little softer. Did a little post about this a couple hours ago, and it's not getting too much love, but it's just kind of one of those niche products, cheap, not necessarily something that, everyone's going to be interested in. Do you see any use for this?
I started thinking, when people do like the cleans and the presses off the landmine, where they do those explosive pops, I could see how just grabbing the bare steel might get a little slippery. So something like this would be useful. Anyone else who just uses their landmine for bent over rows or Viking presses or other things, I don't think they'd find use in it, but it would be for someone who does who grips the bare steel at the tip. That would be, it'd be useful.
Yeah. Definitely some value out of it. Probably not something but it's not super expensive. So, and then just before we move on, it can be added to your sleds as well. So nice to push off of. And Adam, what do you think about these? So these are rack attachment adapters from Granite Fitness. So I think the example here is 5x8s to 3x3, or sorry, 5x8s to a 1-inch hole. And you're able to, use those 1-inch attachments. Do you see yourself ever using anything like this, kind of poking off the edge?
That's interesting. I'm wondering which I guess it would be for any attachment that wouldn't have a 1-inch hole, or that wouldn't have a 5/8, only does 1 inch.
Yeah. This
so
is more
with my current situation, I have a 2x2 rack, so I would need to have an attachment that beefs it up to a 3x3 to get some higher end attachments.
I believe there are like 2x2 to 2x3 adapters that are created as well. So
interesting.
Just like, I don't really know what to think about this, but it's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously someone had a need for it. They made it. So
Right. All right, let's move on to those survey results. So, number one, a couple of Black Friday questions. We've asked about these questions the last few weeks. So, do you think you'll purchase a Black Friday deal for your home gym? This time it was 56%. Last week it was 59%, and then it started off at around 55%. So down slightly from last week, but still in the 50s. And then 23% say they already have. Adam, I'm going to ask you again, what's the best deal you've seen?
The best deal I've seen. The best one I've gotten is my lat pull down that I found on Marketplace. I'm going to say yet to be seen, because I'm really excited about I'm adding to my Strength Go plates. I'm completing my set, and they just came out and said that they're going to be announcing their sale Sunday the 20th and starting their sale like 3 days after. So hopefully it's a good one. I was already going to purchase anyway, so looking forward to taking advantage. I'll probably buy a little extra just because if they have a deal, you might as well save some money and get more than you're planning on getting in the first place. So
yeah, I believe it's going to be something like the more you buy, the more you save. So if you buy a couple $100, you save $20, something along those lines. That's what the rumor is. I'm going to go out and say the best deal I've seen is the 5 through 50 dumbbells with the rack included for, I think, $8.99 from Strength Depot.
Yeah.
And they also have, and it really doesn't apply to a lot of our audience, but they have some really good package deals. So if you're looking to start a home gym, which I don't think it's anybody listening to this podcast, but they have some good deals to begin with, and then those are discounted. So I think those are kind of the big ones for me. And I would say so True Grit has a bunch of stuff discounted pretty decently until you go and get it shipped, and then you're like, oh, a couple $100 more. You know how that goes. It looks like it's like 30% off or whatever, and then you go and it's like a ton of shipping. However, if you want to stock up, they do have, if you spend over $5.99, it's free shipping. So if you want to get a ton of dumbbells, want to get a barbell, their air bike is down to like $4.99. So if you can air bike some dumbbells, you can really get a good discount. Their shorty barbells like $70. So True Grit. All right. Here's a good one. In 5 years, who will be the most popular equipment supplier for home gym strength? So this is something I want to say this is like the third or fourth time we've asked this. Rogue's the easy winner this time with 49.8, but they're down a little bit from about 56%, so down 11%. Rep is up 75% to 37.6%. They were around like 21%. So very big jump for Rep. Last time we did this survey, we had like Amazon/Walmart. I replaced them with Titan this time around. Titan received 6.8%, and then other received 5.8%. So a very, very, very large majority believe it's going to be Rogue or Rep, with Rogue still with about half the votes, but Rep is still climbing. So each time we do this, they are going up quite a bit. And the last time we did this was January. So,
yeah, I think Rogue continues to do things like on the bigger scale. So like the Rogue Invitational and Arnold Strongman and all that stuff, which is cool. But Rep seems to be aimed just at the home gym. That's their market. They're not trying to like, it doesn't seem like they're trying to go big box gym or, like these large strength sports. So probably a reason that Rep continues to climb.
Yeah, I honestly think I've changed my answer to rep for this one.
I also voted rep.
You did vote rep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think last January I almost surely voted rogue, but I think this time with just like thinking about their value, they're going to try and continue to be a really good value for most home gym owners over the next 5 years. And rogue, it doesn't seem like that's their goal. So
yeah, I mean, it's in 5 years, I can almost guarantee you Rogue's still going to be the bigger company, but rep could possibly be more popular for home gym. Yeah.
I think we agree on that. All right. Another repeat question from January. How many people do you know with serious home gyms? And the responses didn't vary like at all. About 30% say 0. Most popular answer was easily 1 to 3, with 61% saying voting that one, and then another handful percentage have 4 or more. Which strength sport interests you most? So another one we asked very early on in the year, and I would say the powerlifting trend continues to go up. So it went up from 35% to 38% this time around. That's a 9% jump. Olympic weightlifting / CrossFit was the second voted. Came in second place. I would say, with 25%. Bodybuilding just behind with 25%, and then strongman had 12%. With that, we saw Olympic weightlifting / CrossFit down 6%. Bodybuilding down a decent amount at 17%, and then strongman. So it only had about 8% last time, but is up 40% from last time. So powerlifting, strongman up. Again, whenever we do this survey, it's more like we're not really saying the other sports are going down. It's more like this is probably just our audience changing slightly.
Yeah, Jake, we lift pretty similar. How do you answer this?
Dude, this one's hard for me.
Yeah, because I would honestly say I do. Like I'll steal a juggernaut term. I do power building. You know, I like to get strong, but I also do like a lot of accessories.
Yeah, I went powerlifting, but it's like super close. I do like, other than like the strongman, I do all of them. You know, like you said, kind of the power building. We should probably figure out a better way to do this, but it's hard with only 4 different options.
Well, yeah, these are the top 4 sports. I mean, we can find a way to fit ourselves in. I actually said bodybuilding when I entered it. Yeah. So I mostly just like do like some aesthetic stuff after like I do my compound lifts.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to get strong, but I don't really care about my numbers too much. So
right. I know.
I can't really say I'm into powerlifting. Like,
I know, and I almost went for CrossFit because I like to just do a high intensity workout, but it's definitely not like a CrossFit WOD.
Yeah.
Well, it just depends on how much time I have that day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think I've done a workout that style. Oh man, it's been forever. I guess like we like Murph. I did Murph. That counts.
Murph. Yeah. But Murph, you can like take your time. Not take your time, but like it's like a long journey. Whereas like a deadlift and air bike workout will kill you if you are not used to it.
Horrible.
So, all right. Anyways, grab this from earlier this year as well. So, are you a member of our home gym on Reddit or home gym Discord? So 28% of those answering these surveys said that they are on our home gym on Reddit. That number was 22% in January, so it's up a decent amount. Home gym Discord was right around 10% this time, but they were only at 3.6% last January. So almost tripled home gym Discord. So while there's still quite a bit more on Reddit, it's like freaking huge now. Like I want to say it's like 500,000 people are in Reddit, the home gym Reddit, I should say, and then Discord. Just the percentage of those on Discord answering these questions is pretty high. So,
yeah.
Did you see? Okay, referring to the Landmine grip, just curious how many people knew it happened. This survey was done primarily quite a bit before we did that Instagram post, anyways. But 31% did see that a Landmine grip was released last week. Just kind of shows that it's hard to get your product out there. And then lastly, what type of treadmill are you most interested in? Motorless, motor, or I don't know the difference. We recently did a blog post on this and was just kind of curious. Nevertheless, about 2 times more voted for motorless than with a motor. So 56% said motorless, 30% motor, and then 15-ish% said don't know the difference.
That's hilarious. Motor or motorless? I'm not really sure what the difference. I just kidding. 15%. It's probably just haven't heard the terminology before. That's all.
Right. And I started doing some research, and it was actually the more common phrase is electric versus manual.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds scientific. Jake, before we get into a product, which type of treadmill interests you more?
Oh, I went motorless for sure.
Motorless, yeah.
And so you went motor?
I went motor, but I this didn't surprise me at all because before running how I like to run now, motorless all the way. Like being able to get on and sprint and do intervals, like for sure motorless. But yeah, then again, like what I do now has changed, and the motor just fits that a lot better. So
right, and also like you mentioned in the article, I'm in the garage, and it just fits the garage better. You know, it doesn't have to be plugged in. Mm-hmm. You don't really have to worry about keeping the motor in mint condition. Like
I'd be concerned keeping it's like a motored out there.
My garage gets super cold in the winter and then super hot in the summer. So it's like
it's not good for electricity.
Not good for electricity, and it definitely would probably take some time off of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Of the years, I should say.
Yep.
Next up, product idea. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Single vertical barbell holder, standalone. So let me tell you where I got this idea, actually. So I had an interview earlier today with Chris Duffin, and I wanted to throw the Cadillac bar in the background. So I leaned it up against the rack, and it looked fine. And then as I went to put it back, I saw the high bell on the ground, and I was like, I think that'll fit in there pretty nicely, and it'll be a nice little barbell holder. And I wasn't real happy with my product idea for tonight's episode, so I changed it, and here we go. So, and I actually think this should be a product. So I'm curious to hear what you think. So, and think about this as it's your first barbell, or I would say like your first specialty bar. Like let's just say you picked up a safety squat bar or Mars bar or even a multi-grip bar. So right now on the market, there does not seem to be a single barbell holder that doesn't drill into a wall or attach to a rack. So you have to actually drill into a wall, which not everybody wants to do, or take up precious rack space. And depending on your rack, it may not be something you want to do. So here's an option. So standalone barbell holder from the ground. This high bell works pretty well. It tips. It if you really push it, it'll tip. So I imagine you'd need like 6 different sides, maybe it to go a little higher as well. But this is kind of the idea right here. I think $40-$50 price. If you can get it down to the $40-$50 price range, then you're onto something for a barbell storage. And I also just think, like, if you compared to like Standalone or the rack, if you get that option, it's there forever. But with this, you can just move it wherever you want over the years. So,
well, in the world where you'd want a Standalone, it'd have to be for like a really unique barbell that like doesn't fit with your others. So I don't think it's specialty bar, or maybe you just have like that one extra bar. So like if you had a straight bar and like you had a small space, and then you had like the Cadillac bar,
or just one bar. It's your only bar rather than leaning it against the wall or laying it on the ground.
Yeah, it'd have to be inexpensive for sure. For like a single bar holder. How much is like a 6-bar holder or like a 9-bar holder? Do they get pretty expensive?
Like the 9-bar holder I have, I think from Rep is like 100.
Okay.
Over 100 maybe.
On this one, I'm at like a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't love it, but if you only had a single bar, it'd probably just always be on the rack. You know, if you have a rack, there'd be no reason to take it off.
Yeah. So you like see it more as like a specialty bar.
Yeah, you could throw that in the corner, like with a single bar holder.
Yeah, I was thinking I might try and use it since I'm using the Mars bar all the time, or like the most out of all the squat bars. Yeah, I might put that like right next to the rack, just like this.
Yeah,
and see how it works. But I mean, you know, I'm not offended that you only give it a 4. I get it. It's still fun to do.
Our friendship continues.
Yes.
Good. Awesome. Hey, are you gonna participate in the garage gym competition?
Dude, I don't know. I hurt my back again.
Did you?
I was thinking I might.
What
day do we have until?
23rd.
23rd. Oh, yeah. I think I might do a specialty bar.
Yeah.
Version if my back heals. Yeah. So
sweet. That's going to do it for us tonight. If you like tonight's episode, be sure to keep your eye out for new episode releases wherever you listen to podcasts. Stay involved on our social media sites by following Garage Gym Experiment and taking part in our Sunday survey so that you can be a part of these conversations too. Like, follow, and subscribe to the channel on YouTube, and get involved in our website for all your home gym content needs. One more thing, continue to check in on Home Gym Con by following Home Gym Con on Instagram and signing up for the Knurled newsletter, which you can do at the website. One more time, garagegymexperiment.com. Jake, I think I covered it all, so you shouldn't have anything, but do you have anything else left for?
No.
He said no. Okay. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks.